Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays to everyone out there, and to anybody who doesn't celebrate Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all that jazz. Much happiest to all of you. I hope you're enjoying the time with your family and friends. And today I wanted to have a special video for you where today I wanted to talk about which movies I typically watch. You know me, I always keep it spooky with the holiday horror and all that kind of stuff here on the channel and everything, but I wanted to talk about some more traditional type holiday films that I watch on this day or around this season. So let's get into it. And sorry for my missing or me being missing for like a week or so. My family did end up catching the flu. It kind of ravaged our household and went through everybody, kind of took us out of commission for a while, and then we were up and ready to go for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and everything. So like I said, we're all fine now and all that, but that's why I took such a long break. I just wasn't feeling up to it. Then I had to go to work, so a lot got taken out of me that week, so I kind of took a break, a hiatus off. But bringing back with another video, like I said, a nice fun chill video for the Christmas time, talking about some holiday films. So let's do this. Roll it. So as I said in my intro, these are going to be more traditional holiday films. You know me, I'm always watching, Black Christmas or Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 or 2, you know what I mean, or Krampus, stuff like that. But these are more, like I said, wholesome, whimsical, family-oriented type holiday films and stuff like that. So the non-horror stuff that I'll be watching on this day. And let's kick this list off with two amazing films right away. Kevin McAllister and Home Alone 1 and 2. It really isn't Christmas season in my household until Kevin McAllister gets left at home alone or left in New York. So yeah, I fancy both of these films. I really love them a lot. When I was a kid and younger, I did like the sequel more, but as I've grown older, I just fancy the first one a little bit more. But like I said, it kind of depends on what day. There are some days where I do watch the second one, Lost in New York, and I have more fun with it. So it just kind of depends on what day you ask me, but these are staples in my home for sure. Next up, we have The Night Before, which is a more recent holiday watch. Like, this was one that I discovered, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, and this one has Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Anthony Mackie in it. Three really cool, funny friends and really good actors, and I think they do a good job of putting a lot of wholesome heart into this film, but it also has some ridiculous comedy. And this film has a little bit of everything. It has a little bit of the Christmas Carol in it. It has a little bit of the Grinch in it. It's got a lot of stuff in here. They jam-packed this film with so much holiday stuff, and it's got so many laugh out loud moments. Like, for real, I'm talking about when Seth Rogen is high off his ass and he's like has cocaine blood dripping out of his nose into someone's drink, stuff like that. But also Joseph Gordon-Levitt and all the antics that he gets into, and Anthony Mackie when he's dealing with this kind of Grinch type character. So yeah, a really fun film that I highly recommend, The Night Before. Next up, we're going to talk about A Christmas Carol, and there's two specific versions I really love of this film. The main one is the George C. Scott version. That is my most famous, favorite one to watch. I just love the way George C. Scott handles Ebenezer Scrooge, that character, and I like the way they portray the ghosts coming to him. This one actually feels like a kind of creepy thriller or horror film. Like, there's moments where I watch this film and I can see, especially when you have the ghost of the Christmas future coming to visit him, the way they play that off is straight up like horror moments and stuff like that. And George C. Scott sells the role as Ebenezer, and I think he does a good job of playing, the money-hungry, greedy one, but he's not too unforgivable or, you know what I mean? By the time you get to that third act, you believe the turn that he has for his character. And another version of this film that I really like is the Robert Zemeckis one with Jim Carrey as the voice, the animated one that actually looks really creepy as well. So I like A Christmas Carol because when you tackle this one, I feel like this is the Christmas story of the main, Grinch one or Home Alone or stuff like that. It's kind of the main one of those stories that I feel like is the creepiest and the scariest. Or like It's a Wonderful Knife or Life. Not It's a Wonderful Knife, It's a Wonderful Life. But, films like that, I feel like this one, A Christmas Carol, is the one that you can take down the horror route easily. Now we have to talk about another staple in my household, and that's Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. This is one that, yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger does not play the greatest dad. He is quite an awful dad in this film, but I think this film is hilarious. We also have the legendary Tom Arnold in here too, as well, playing a hilarious neighbor. This is quite a film that has, like said, not the greatest characters in it, but it's just so funny to see what a father goes through to get like that perfect, amazing, best toy that his kid wants. And of course, it's the most popular toy that every kid wants that year. You know, it's the Turbo Man and everything. And to see him try to track this toy down and all the antics that he gets into, yeah, especially like that fight sequence when they meet the Santas and Big Show makes an appearance in here as a giant Santa. So yeah, Jingle All the Way is definitely one that I highly recommend, and it's been a staple ever since I was a kid. Like, I remember watching this when I was probably like 9 or 10 years old, and still to this day I have fun with this movie. Now we have another animated film I wanted to talk about, and that's Rise of the Guardians. This one's really cool because this one doesn't really center around Christmas as much, but I like the fact that it involves all the holiday stuff. You know what I mean? Christmas isn't just the main focus. We have the Tooth Fairy in here. We have Jack Frost. We have Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, like, you know, Sandman. I think it's really awesome. And there's some really cool, fun voice actors in here. You know, we have Jude Law in here, Chris Pine. So I think the voice actors are amazing in this one. And I think in terms of animation and just whimsical, beautiful nature, and especially like a full family film that you can watch with any member of your family, Rise of the Guardians is high up there, and one that every time I watch it, it just grows on me more and more. So this one is definitely one of my favorite watches during this time of year, Rise of the Guardians. And now we're going to finish this list off with, yes, Die Hard. I know a lot of people, that's the biggest debate. It's kind of been put to rest, I know, with the actual production company coming out and acknowledging the fact that Die Hard is a Christmas film. I mean, the only reason I'm so comfortable with this being a Christmas movie is I'm into holiday horror films. There are films that I watch that are about killer Santa Clauses, or you know, barn elves, or, you know, crazy freaking zombie elves attacking a Santa Claus while he has to battle Krampus. There are so many holiday horror films I watch, and what I love about Christmas movies is they don't necessarily have to be whimsical or happy or just full of go hard, like good greatness, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be something that you can take the whole family to. Sometimes you have Christmas movies like Die Hard, and this is one of the best action Christmas movies that we have, where Bruce Willis, the legend, we love you, Bruce Willis. I freaking love this guy, and what's going on with his life right now and his family. My heart goes out to them. I love you, Bruce Willis. But playing John McClane, one of the greatest characters he's ever played, the everyday working man, you know what I mean? He's a cop and he's just grinding, wants to win over his wife again in his good graces and visit her on her Christmas Eve party at her office. And man, for real, what ensues is some of the best action you've ever seen, where he has to take down Hans Gruber and his men. So yeah, John McClane is just one of my favorite things to watch on Christmas as well. I know this is typically not a film you think of during Christmas. I know that. And that's why a lot of people have such a struggling time with it, or they're like, Christmas isn't in the plot. This can take place on 4th of July or this day or this day. It wouldn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a Christmas movie. It's not integral to the plot. The film starts out with one of the best Christmas songs. It's Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens by Run DMC. There are multiple jokes referencing Christmas, and it is a Christmas Eve party. So I really don't understand why so many people have a problem talking this up as a Christmas movie. But Die Hard is another one that, like I said, during this time of the year, I always get the feels and the itch to watch it. Thank you for sticking around with me all as we talk some more traditional holiday films that your boy Norn Rad likes and that are staples and typically always watched in his home around this time of the year. I love talking up these films because, like I said, I keep it spooky. I love my scary content, but there are some times where, like I said, I crave other types of films, and these are ones that always get the rewatches in my home. Please shout out down below in the comment section what you're doing for Christmas Day. Did you have fun? Did you wake up to a bunch of gifts and everything you wanted from Santa Claus? And what are some of your favorite films to watch for the holiday season? I would love to discuss with you down below, but also like, share, subscribe, spread the Christmas cheer. That definitely helps out the NornRad89 channel, but most importantly, y'all know what's up. Have a safe and happy holiday. Peace out.